Silver, element 47, atomic symbol Ag, from the Latin argentum. Silver holds three superlatives at once. It is the most reflective metal in the visible spectrum, returning roughly 95% of the light that strikes it. It is the best electrical conductor and the best thermal conductor of any element on the periodic table. And in the form of free silver ions, it is one of the most effective broad spectrum antimicrobial agents known to medicine. No other element holds all three of these positions. Copper conducts well but tarnishes faster and lacks silver's antimicrobial reach. Gold reflects gold and conducts well but does not preserve. Aluminum reflects in some bands but corrodes and conducts less efficiently. Silver preserves. Silver reflects. Silver conducts. These are the three independent physical facts. The ancient Kemetics gathered them under a single principle. We will return to that. Silver's electron configuration is unusual. Its shells fill in this order: krypton core, then 4d10, then 5s1. That last 5s electron sits alone, unpaired, loosely bound, easy to free. This single loose electron is the source of every property silver is known for. When voltage is applied, the 5s electron moves through the metallic lattice almost without resistance. This is conductivity. When light strikes the surface, the electron sea reflects nearly all incoming photons. This is the mirror. When silver oxidizes in the presence of moisture or biological tissue, the loose electron is the first to go, leaving behind silver 1 plus, a positively charged ion with an exposed and reactive shell. That silver 1 plus ion is what kills bacteria. One quantum mechanical detail, one electron and one orbital, explains the conductivity, the reflectivity, and the antibacterial action. The three superlatives are not a coincidence. These are three faces of the same physics. Silver has been mined and worked since at least the 4th millennium before the Common Era. Across alchemical traditions in Kemet, Greece, Persia, India, and medieval Europe, silver was paired with the moon, while gold was paired with the sun. Its symbol in alchemy was the crescent. Its name in Latin alchemical texts was luna. This was not mere poetry. Silver mirrors reflect cool, natural light. Polished silver vessels caught and redirected moonlight in temple courts. The metal's color shifts under candle, oil, and lamp without warming the way gold does. Ancient observers were tracking the metal's optical behavior with surprising accuracy. They simply lacked the spectroscopy to label it. By the 19th century, silver halide crystals on the glass became the chemical basis for photography. Light striking a silver bromide grain frees an electron, which reduces silver ions to silver metal. The image is captured because silver, more than any other element, knows what to do with the photon. Silver is bacteriostatic and bactericidal across a broad spectrum, including gram-positive and gram-negative species, fungi, and many viruses. The mechanism is well characterized in the medical literature. Silver 1 plus ions bind to thiol groups in bacterial cells' membrane proteins, disrupting their structure. They denature enzymes by displacing essential metal cofactors. They bind to bacterial DNA, interfering with replication. And they generate reactive oxygen species that damage cellular machinery from within. Roman households of means stored wine and water in silver vessels. The leached silver kept fermentation pathogens in check. Persian kings traveled with silver canteens. Ancient pharmacopoeias across multiple cultures specified silver leaf in wound dressings. Modern medicine continues the practice. Silver sulfadiazine is a standard topical agent for burn wounds. Silver-coated catheters reduce urinary tract infections. Silver-impregnated bandages are used for chronic wounds. Water purification systems use silver-doped filters for long-term disinfection. Silver preserves what would otherwise decay. The same chemistry that protected Roman wine protects modern burn patients. Polished silver reflects approximately 95% of visible light. At certain wavelengths, the figure exceeds 99%. This is the highest visible spectrum reflectivity of any metal. The mechanism, again, traces to free 5s electrons. Incoming photons interact with the metal's electrons C and are re-emitted at nearly the same frequency. Almost none of the energy is absorbed. The image returned to the viewer is unchanged. This is why silver became the global standard for mirrors. From Bronze Age polished discs to the silver glass mirrors invented by Justus von Liebig in 1835, no other surface returned an image with comparable fidelity. A silver mirror does not flatter. It does not soften. It does not warm. Within the limits of the polish, it shows what is there. In the Kemetic funerary tradition, a polished metal mirror, often silver or silver alloy, was placed in the tomb. The mirror let the deceased see themselves in the afterlife. The metal that preserved the body also returned the body's image, unaltered, on the other side of the threshold. The ancient Kemetics mapped element 47 to the principle of Anubu. Anubu is named in a pyramid text around 2400 before the Common Era, making him one of the oldest deities attested in Kemetic religious writings. Originally, he was the chief mortuary principal, residing over embalming, the wrapping of the body, and the safe passage of the deceased through the dua, the world between life and resurrection. Later, in the Middle Kingdom, his role was partially subordinated to Asaru, but his core domain never moved. That domain has three faces. First, Anubu invented mummification. He preserves the body so that it does not decay. Silver, the most powerful broad-spectrum preservative metal, embodies this exactly. Antimicrobial action at the molecular level is preservation at the material level. Second, Anubu presides over the weighing of the heart. The deceased heart is placed on one pan of balance, the feather of Ma'at on the other. The verdict is rendered without bias, without flattery, without exception. The polished surface of silver returns the image without distortion. The mirror does not lie. Anubu does not lie. Third, Anubu is Psychopomp. He guides the soul across thresholds between worlds. Silver is the supreme conductor, the metal through which signals pass through the least resistance. The capacity to carry across a boundary from one side to the other is exactly what conduction means at the physics level and what psychopomp means at the cosmological level. Three independent physical superlatives, three independent domains of a single principle. The alignment is not loose. The pattern Anubu names is not unique to Kemet. It occurs across the historical record under different names. In Greek tradition, Hermes, Psychopomps, guides souls to the underworld. He is also the messenger who carries communication between gods and humans. Conduction and passage are his explicit domains. In Aztec cosmology, Tezcatlipoca, whose name means smoking mirror, holds an obsidian disc that reveals what is hidden. The mirror is a tool of judgment. The obsidian mirror is darker than silver, but it operates on the same logic, a surface that returns a truthful image. In Japanese Shinto, the sacred mirror, or kagami, is one of the three sacred treasures and is regarded as the dwelling place of the kami of truth. Silver-backed and bronze-backed mirrors functioned as ritual objects across the entire Eastern Hemisphere. In Chinese folk traditions, the deities Haibei Wu Cheng, the black and white impermanents, perform a psychopomp role, carrying the deceased across the boundary into the afterlife. In Vedic and Tibetan traditions, the moon, ruled by silver symbolism across alchemical systems, is associated with the realm between waking the deeper states, the realm that ferries consciousness between conditions. Preservation, reflection, passage. The same three operations recognized in different cultures, attached to different figures, all anchored to the same metal whose physics we can now measure precisely. Silver preserves what would otherwise decay. Silver reflects without distortion. Silver carries signals across boundaries without losing them. These are measurable facts of material science. There are also the three core operations of Anubu, written down 4,500 years ago in the oldest surviving religious literature of the Nile Valley. At Temple and Atom, we are mapping these alignments across the periodic table and more. Silver and Anubu are one thread in a larger tapestry. Spiritual, physical, mind and body, temple and atom. Same principle, different era.